Hi guys, John Rinder here from rinderreviews.com. Today we're checking out a brand new update for Google Sniper. This is Google Sniper 3 and this is a review, but I'm going to give you something a little bit special. I'm going to take you behind the scenes and have a look at how George basically does Google snipering, which is effectively creating micro sites, sometimes using exact match domains. But we're going to have a look at how he did it just prior to this update. So the same information is exactly as is, but just another look behind the scenes. You need to buy this because, as far as I'm concerned, there's no other system out there that does micro niche targeting like Google Sniper. And the fact is that he's making money. Other people like you and I are making money, and you just really need to have a decent look at this thing. So let's go behind the scenes now and have a look at George explaining how he does things in Google Snipering.
So what are we going to look at in this video? Well, we're going to look at a real site that I used to dominate in a product launch. The product launch, the one I want to show you, I've done it quite a few times, but I want to show you the one for Google Shadow, which was $1 million launch, I believe, and here's the product name, and there I am, #1. And not only that, but I have an indentation and everything. As you can see, I've completely dominated this, keyword, okay, and you know, no AdWords ads or anything. I'm just #1, and I've got all this stuff here as well, so people are definitely going to click on that. Okay, so we're going to go over the actual site itself. A few things you need to do specifically that you didn't have to do with the other sniper sites. We're going to go over absolutely everything, okay? But first of all, what I want to do is I want to show you how you actually find out about these product launches, okay? Because obviously, you know, if you don't know about them and you're just getting your emails in your inbox from, you know, Mike Phil Same, etc., sending you a bunch of promotions for a product, that's going to be too late. You need to find out about them in advance. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, the kind of inside network that people use. So all you do is you type in JV Notify Pro into Google, okay, and this is the network that everyone uses, run by a friend of mine, Mike Mers, to tell each other about these product launches going on, okay. So we're just going to click on that. And then right here on the first page, you do have to sign up, guys, but it's completely free. It's just a free community. You don't need to be approved or anything. Anyone can sign up. And you're going to see all the product launches that are going on, okay? As you can see, there are quite a few, okay? There's quite a few different launches going on at any one time. And now I want to tell you how to actually pick a launch. Obviously, you do not want to participate in every single one, okay, because some of them are, you know, don't make hardly any money at all, and some of them do very well, okay. So there's a few guidelines to that. The first guideline is always checking out the JV invite page. All of these launches have a JV invite page, a joint venture request invite page, where they explain the launch, how much you're going to make per sale. You want obviously a lot per sale, who did the sales copy, the copywriter, who's on board so far, and all these types of stuff. So I want to look at how you actually pick the product, the launch that you're going to promote, because this will impact, you know, I've promoted launches before where I've been #1 for the product keyword, and I've made, you know, around $200 on launch day. And then I've picked other products, like Google Shadow, funnily enough, that has made me thousands, okay, thousands of dollars in one day from one sniper site, okay, so it's a fantastic way to get a massive payday. So the one we're going to look at, let's just go ahead and look at Google Sniper, which is obviously mine. See, what you have to do is you just have to log in here, you just sign up for free, and then you get the invitation, and then you go ahead and you click here, and this is what the pages will look like. Obviously this is mine, you know, product launch that hopefully you're all familiar with. And there's a few things you want to look for, okay. So first of all, mine's got a video, okay, it's me there, logo in the background, and you want to just make sure that the page looks professional, okay. You don't want to, you know, look at a page which hasn't been done very well. Obviously the guy's not going to make a ton of money. You want a guy who knows what he's talking about and who knows how much money, you know, who's going to make a lot of money and a lot of sales, okay. Now this is actually this is probably a better page to look at because this has got some of the updated stuff on it, okay. This is the newer one, a newer version of that page. Okay, so before we go on, I want to explain something, and that is the most important thing of all, and that is this portion here. You want some of the biggest, for the launch you choose to promote, you want the biggest names in internet marketing on board, because that is directly going to influence how much you're going to make. And let me explain that to you. So if we actually head over to Google again, and we type in Google Sniper, okay. No one is going to be typing in Google Sniper if they haven't already heard the product name from somewhere else. So from an email, for example, okay, you would directly depend on other affiliates, other joint venture partners creating the buzz for you. Okay, no one's going to be typing in, Google Sniper. No one would type in, Samsung HD TV if they hadn't seen a Samsung HD TV somewhere else. Okay, so you're kind of riding the wave of other affiliates, and in a way you're kind of stealing their commissions, because they're actually creating the buzz, and then people are just searching for the product name on here, and you're piggybacking on the buzz that other people have generated, which is kind of why it works so well. But that's important to bear in mind, that you're going to make a lot more money, depending on the efforts of other affiliates. So you want those efforts to be as big as possible. You want as much interest in the product as possible. And the way that we get that in internet marketing, I don't know if you've noticed, is by people emailing their email lists. Okay, there's a multitude of ways to get exposure for a product, but at the end of the day, this is really what it's about. So you want some very big names here. You want to see, your Ewan Shears, your Brad Callens, your Emil Pazes, your Mike Phil Sames. You want to see big guys that are going to generate a lot of traffic and a lot of buzz for the product. This is the number one thing.
Okay, guys, so that gives you a bit of a behind-the-scenes look at what it's all about. And again, a lot of those sites have been updated now, so if you go to the JV Notified Pro and many others, you'll see a much more updated site than shown in that video, which is to give you a bit of a behind the scenes look at how he does it. So he actually does it by creating sniper sites, by doing what they call launch jacking, and a series of other ways, and the updated version will show you everything in far more detail, make it much more relevant to 2015. So here's the link, or go below this video and you'll see in the comments area the same link in order to download it. So enjoy Google Sniper 3.0. I highly recommend it. Absolutely, it is a must if you're getting into affiliate or internet marketing. Enjoy, and thanks very much for watching.